Welcome to Tooltech Geek. I have these two new Workpro mini pliers, mini slip joint, very compact. I'm gonna do some tests. This one in particular has the screw extractor. This is kind of the main feature that allows you to grab these screws, kind of like the Knipex twin grip. So that's a very unique feature, and I really like that to do tool modifications, because you can grab these pivots here without damaging these internal parts that sometimes they break very easily. So but this is a little less damaging, so I think these are great for that purpose. But then I learned that they also have cutters, so you could cut some wire, which I'm gonna test now. This is a 24 gauge. Let's see if we can cut it. I'm gonna use them in the more close position. Yes, it does. Cut this wire. I'm gonna try a larger wire that's soft. Not sure what material it is. Seems like maybe aluminum. I think it will be silver, but it's very soft. Yeah, it cuts. So it has that feature, and then it has something that's for deburring, some kind of like a file surface, which is also interesting. Not sure if there's an easy way to test it. I'm gonna try to rub it here into this piece of wood. It seems to create an indentation there. So it has some cutting power. I'm gonna try to do this side that's new. Yeah, here you can see the shavings. So you have those little sharp edges. I think they are meant to deburr a PVC pipe or something. So I think these are pretty neat, because they have that screw extractor, cutting, that pseudo file, and then you can have two positions, and then it's very small, so it will fit very small kind of EDC pouch of sorts, like this one, or you have these other vibrates. So it fits really well in his pockets. Size wise is pretty much similar to this other Workpro that we've seen before, or the Knipex Cobra. It's kind of in the same ballpark of size. You could check the weight, see if it's more or less heavy than the more classic Workpro. I'm measuring grams. Here's the 0. So that one is 66.5. This is 63. So slightly, this one is slightly lighter than that Workpro. And if I want to compare it with the straight jaw, 71. So this is much heavier. I also got these other ones that have these screwdrivers from AliExpress. 57. So this is lighter. I think this may not be made by Workpro. It has different textures in the handle. The Workpros have a kind of a characteristic pattern here, and then they put the brand here. So it's made in the same manufacturer. And then there's the SK, which I think these are also made by Workpro. They have a different logo there, but they have the pattern very much the same. So in any case, so I knew I was going to like this one because of the screw extractor, those features. That's kind of a pretty innovative thing to have. Then one of the other only ways to do it was to buy the Knipex twin grip. It's more expensive, but this is super cheap, so I like it. Want to check if it can cut a zip tie, so I have one here. I need to do it in a more close position. I see. It kind of didn't cut this one. It chose it, but didn't quite all the way cut it. Let me see a bigger zip tie. This one, yeah, it does. So interestingly, because this is thicker, it seems to be easier to cut with the cutting surface there. So I'm gonna switch to the other of these two, which they came kind of at the same time. These were sent to me by Workpro, just to kind of review a video. So I wanted to clarify that. I expect this to be, so this is longer for sure, so I think it's supposed to be 3/4 of an inch longer, so this is nominally 4 3/4, and this was 63 grams, this is 63.2, so pretty much the same weight, interestingly. And this is a long nose, which I think is very good for basically bending wires. And sometimes I used to use these breadboards to make electronic prototypes, and then you can use this to put the components. Let me get some electronic elements to try there. Let's see, here's another breadboard. So you can be kind of line things up to breadboards. Get the wires. So yeah, that's working as expected. For bending, this also has cutters. Let me see how it works with some sort of electronic component. So we will want to bend them, and let's see if we put them in this breadboard. That works. To really, for cutting, these flush cutters are the way to go, but let me see if we can cut this wire here. Yes, it does. This also has these indentations, but this is a smaller surface than the other one. So this is a bit wider, this is a bit kind of same length but more narrow. Interestingly enough, these other Workpros also have indentations here, but I never heard anyone saying that this can work as a file, but it definitely is. Let me see, that's also present in these ones with the straight jaws on both sides, even in the silver one. So I think this is pretty much covers everything. I think this is probably more for an electrical type application. I know this is a bit of a copy of a larger one of another brand, but in my case I will like that this give you a little bit of reach and can probably get in narrow spaces for electronics. So I think that's good. This one more for kind of mechanical handling of screws, or this anytime you need this type of action. I can imagine if you are in a car engine, for example, this can reach pretty much in the same way as a socket will reach, basically this direction, because you might not have enough room to go sideways, so this comes really handy. So to me, this is one of the biggest innovations in the space of mini pliers. It all started with the Nipex Cobra XS, and now we have proliferation of so many variants, but to me this one stands out as a useful one. Cutters, file, screw extractor, two sizes, pretty small, pretty compact for EDC. I don't know, was not to love. That's all for this review or first impressions. Thank you for watching.